Happy Wednesday. My name is Liezl from Liezl Love Books, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, I'm just a girl who likes reading romance, fantasy romance, paranormal romance, romantasy, any kind of genre of romance in general. And I also happen to have cerebral palsy, and it would mean the world to me if you would subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I also hope watching my videos can make your day just a little bit brighter. Today's video is going to be my March mid-month wrap-up. I'm going to talk about all the books that I read in the first half of March. Cruel Summer by C.W. Farnsworth. It is the third book in the Kensington Next Generation series. We're following Wren, the youngest Kensington, and she is out with her friend cliff diving, and she runs into Sawyer, and it is then that Sawyer and Wren have this summertime fling, and she goes back to Sawyer's hometown every summer just to catch up. And it's in the first half of the book, it's never gonna work between them because Wren is part of this rich, prominent family, and Sawyer is just a regular guy. They have a connection, and they both been through traumatic stuff in their past. And the first half of the book, they're seniors in high school. And the second half of the book is like when they're in college. 5 stars. The second book in the series is still my favorite book in the series. Burning Enemies. It's an MM romance between a soccer player and a football player. Soccer player has a crush on the football player, but he doesn't know how to tell the football player. So they end up pranking each other, and their coaches have enough of their rivalry, so they put them in detention together, and they make them sign into this leadership program together, and slowly but surely they develop a friendship that turns into romance, and it's a awakening for the football player, and he's dealing with a psycho ex-girlfriend to be very abusive toward him, but when he tries the people that she is the abusive one in the relationship, nobody believes him except the soccer player. 4 stars. Before the Exhale. Now, I talked about this book and what I think about the new releases in romance. 4 stars. If you want to know my full thoughts on this book, please go click on that video linked in the description. In Our Own League, of course, this is 5 stars. I loved Emmett and Reese's relationship. I also talked a lot about this book in the new releases video. So if you want to know my full thoughts on this book, please go click that video. But I highly recommend the audiobook. It is done in duet narration style. And Her Safe Darkness, a dystopian book. I read this book because I was craving a dystopian romance after I read Daggermouth, but this book it wasn't up to par with Daggermouth. 3 stars. The Spite Date by Pippa Grant, and we're following the heroine who gets thrown into the town jail after she goes to the hero's house, who is a popular British actor. She tells the guard that she's here to cater an event, but the guard doesn't believe her, so she winds up in the town jail. The hero hears about this and immediately knows that she got caught up in the situation because of his twin sons, and he goes to the jail and bails her out and tells his sons to apologize to make up for the whole scenario. The heroine tells the hero to be her fake date at a restaurant opening for reasons. 5 stars. The audiobook is also told in duet narration. The Darling Brothers series by Emmy Sanders. It's an cowboy small town romance series. The first book is a grumpy sunshine romance with the new chef of the Darling Ranch. He gets his romance with the second oldest Darling brother, and I give that book 4 stars. Brim Overboot. It follows the third Darling brother, and he's a person that works with horses, that puts the shoe horse on the horses. I don't remember what that's called. And he gets his romance with his rival that also works at the same field as him. It's a rivals to lovers romance, and I gave this book 5 stars. Saddle to Sun Up. And this is a friends to lovers romance following the oldest Darling brother who is a single dad, newly divorced. He's a teacher at the high school, and he has a teenage daughter, and he gets his romance with his best friend since they were children, and he works at his brother's ranch. 5 stars. Whom the Bell Tolls, and I read this book because of Diana and the Book Hunt. This heroine who died from cancer, and it's all about her life after she died. It's about her afterlife, and we're in heaven, and all the stuff she does in heaven, and there's hell, and everything is not what it seems, and there's demons that protect our universe from other universes. And the heroine falls in love with the demon. She also takes care of a human soul that grows attached to her. And I gave this book 5 stars. I had the audiobook on Everend, and I got the ebook from my library. The Black Fire Blade by James Logan. It is the sequel to Silver Blood Promise, and this is a fantasy murder mystery book, and this is about the hero who is a disgraced noble who tries to figure out why his estranged father was murdered with the help of his 2 friends. And I really liked the sequel better than the first book. I gave it 5 stars. Rodeo and Juliet. This is an Omegaverse cowboy small town romance. I read this book because the bestie book reviews were following this single mom who is trying to get her career as a famous rodeo ranger back on track. And in the prologue, you see she had a one-night stand with an alpha, and gets pregnant from that one-night stand, but the hero leaves, so she wasn't able to tell the hero that she's pregnant. And now she's a single mom with a little girl, and she gets help from her grandmother and her parents. And her ex-best friend comes back to town with his pack mates until one of his pack mates happens to be her baby daddy, and the other packmate is like the biggest fan of her rodeo persona, and they all want her as in the pack because her baby daddy wants to know his daughter, and the other hero has been crushing on the heroine for a really long time, but the heroine and the former best friends have to get their relationship back on track. And I really liked this book. I gave it 5 stars. The audiobook was great, but what the show for me was the heroine's daughter. She was precious. In a second, this is a reread for me. I reread this book via audio, and the audio book was great. I gave it 5 stars. It's a second chance single dad romance. Make Me Yours by Jennifer Salvik. It's a French Columbus romance. The heroine catches her boyfriend cheating on her with their coworker, and she needs a place to stay. So she moves in with her hockey player best friend. What she doesn't know is that the hockey player best friend has always been pining for the heroine, and since they start living together, romantic feelings start to develop. Give it 5 stars. The audiobook was great, told by Christian Fox and Vanessa Edwin in duet narration. Dear Saston, I Want You. This is an age gap, dad's best friend romance, and I really can't how the dad's best friend ends up being in this scenario because it won't be a spoiler, but I loved it. I give this book 5 stars. Honeysuckle Lane. I also talked about this book in the new releases video, and I gave this book 3 stars. Her Tortured Beast. This is the 4th book of a paranormal YQ series. And I really can't say anything much because it's the 4th book in the series, but we're following the heroine and her pack as they try to take down her evil father. And I give this book 5 stars. This is my favorite book in the series so far. Silver Sunrise. It's a romantic suspense surprise pregnancy romance, and it is the last book in the Silver Spring series. And I gave this book 4 stars. And a one night stand previously, but then they're at a wedding again. They hook up the second time at the wedding, and it's through the second time she gets pregnant. She tells the hero she's pregnant. He gets very protective of her, and she had the stalker, so there's a romantic suspense element. Sweat. This is an stalker romance, French Celebrity romance, and I gave this book 5 stars. The audiobook was great. A football player in a movie in college, they find themselves in a situation where catches the hero buying drugs from someone. In order for the football player to make sure that the other hero doesn't tell anyone, he starts stalking the other hero to make sure he doesn't tell anybody his secret. I give this book 5 stars. With the follow-up to that book, I gave this book 4 stars. This book was my least favorite of the series so far. This is about the hero from the previous book, the film nerd's best friend, who is a sports person, and his romance with another player from the same team. And both of them come from messed up family backgrounds, but they can see that in each other, and they slowly become obsessed with each other. Those are all the books that I read in this first half of March. Please let me know if you have read any of these books. I would love to know. All these books are on Kindle Unlimited. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. That would mean the world to me. And I'll see you Friday. Bye.